Joehoul here with all the scavenging locations located in the Grit Canyons in Gutgash's territory. I'll start off here, right in Gutgash's Stronghold, and just show you where to collect all the scrap there. I'm not sure if this counts towards the achievement. I'll also include the place where you get to go open a balloon. I'm not sure if it counts either. So the first piece of scrap is just there on your left from where you enter. Then if you head up to the second floor, you'll find a history relic just sitting on the table. It's a motorcycle. Then your next piece of scrap will be right beside it. And I believe that the final piece of scrap, oh no, the third piece of scrap will be in the room on the right. Just right behind that project. And then the fourth piece will be right across, down along the catwalk from where that one was. Now we're moving out to the actual scavenging locations. The first one is in the southeast, just on the edge of the Black Maws. You want to work your way through these bear traps as safely as possible, and you'll find a piece of scrap just sitting in this tent. It's the first of two. The second piece should just be right around the back, up on that little walkway. A nice porch. The next scavenging location is just west of that one, just on the inside of the ring that those transports run. You'll have to head into a little cave and past a maggot-ridden body, and you'll find the one piece of scrap in this scavenging location. The next one is just slightly northwest of the last one. It'll be in a whale's carcass. The first piece of scrap is found right beside a rusted-out old car. And the second piece of scrap is right across from it, behind a truck. That's not a whale's carcass, it's the inside of a boat. I completely misidentified it. Those are both pieces of scrap at that location. The next one is further to the southeast, even further south than the first one. It's in this little tin shed, or I guess it's a shipping container. Right in the back of it is the first piece of scrap, and the second piece is sitting underneath the awning outside. Next scavenging location is in the very center of the map. It's actually the Vantage Outpost. Again, I don't know if this counts towards the achievement, but I included it just in case. Once you show up at this guy, I used the Thunder Poon to blow that door open. I'm not sure if there's any gas lying around, it just seemed like the easiest way to do it. And you just want to climb all the way up here, and you'll find the piece of scrap just at the very top where you can climb up. Now we're just looking for the history relic. And that history relic is actually just down on the other side past the balloon. There she is. Tongue River Barbecue. Wonder if the days of beer and barbecue will ever return.
But not the kind you'd want to eat.
The next location is just southeast of the Vantage Outpost. It's in this little cave off the road.
As you wish.
If you pry this thing open with a crowbar, it'll have a piece of scrap in it. And I believe there's another piece of scrap just directly across from it, just lying right on the ground. There's scrap 1, and there's scrap 2. Now we're heading just a bit further to the east. You'll find an overturned, rusted out old boat. And inside the hull will be a first piece of scrap. And there's a project part right behind it. That project part is for the cleanup crew for Gutgash's Stronghold. The next scavenging location is to the north of the Vantage Outpost. It's a big old fire. Oh wait, that fire isn't normally there. It's just regularly a tent. So you'll find your first piece of scrap inside the tent. And your second piece of scrap will be much easier to get if you haven't blown up a car right on top of it. But I was able to snag it. You'll see here, that's it right underneath the car's body. I thought it might have been this, but this didn't count. It's actually that piece. Flame on! Next one is over to the west, on the edge of Gutgash's actual little province.
Burn to ashes.
And you'll find a lockbox you can slam open with your crowbar. And just inside is a piece of scrap. Next location is all the way to the east. You'll find it in a broken old pipe. Nearly one piece of scrap, and then behind it is a history relic. It's a can of NOS, it looks like. Yep, nitrous, baby. Now we're heading northwest.
The Guardian stands ready to honk and holler.
In here we'll find our lockbox we can pry open with our crowbar, which will give us our first piece of scrap, and our only piece of scrap. Next, we're up northwest of that oil transfer camp. Get to the top of this hill here, pop those doors off with your harpoon, and you'll find a car body. I believe this one's the die roller.
It's a fine piece.
Die roller. Car body unlocked. Next we've got a piece of scrap. And then right behind it in the shipping container is our second piece of scrap. Now we're just a bit further west, southwest I believe where we were. We'll have to run through this little canyon. It's accessible from both sides, but there's bear traps on both sides as well, so watch your footing.
More dead.
Once you reach the middle here, you'll find a history relic sitting right by the corpses. It's just got some notes for you. Oh, things are going to shit, man.
Watch out! The gas powder!
And then you'll have to stab this guy to death. Nice and easy. You'll find your first piece of scrap right beside him. And if you just keep walking out the other side, you'll have to dodge a few more bear traps. You'll come upon your second piece of scrap almost as you exit the other side. Next we're heading even further west to the edge of Gutgash's actual province again. And you'll find a little sniper outpost. I use my harpoon to yank everybody out of it, but then you'll have to go up the cliff on the other side of it. You'll see, you can look at where its zip line leads to and just go towards there. You can zip line in, and you'll find a piece of scrap on the top floor. And if you go down the ladder right by the zip line, it'll take you down to the second floor where you'll find your second piece of scrap. And my final scavenging location in the Grit Canyons is in the northwest corner. I had to blow the door down with the thunderpoon to get in.
I'd never abandon her.
And just on the other side is a piece of scrap and a history relic. This history relic looks like it was written on a cardboard box. Alright, that's that for all the scavenging locations in Grit Canyons. Thanks for watching.
Tell them to subscribe!